Fighting global poverty and improving healthcare and education across the developing world has always been a key project for British Prime Minister Gordon Brown. He began his speech at the Business Call for Action event by immediately expressing his concern over the present tragedy in Burma.
This event, as I'm sure most of you know, is hosted by the British government.
Let me begin by expressing on behalf of the whole British people our sympathies and our condolences to all those suffering as a result of the humanitarian tragedy now unfolding in Burma. I believe nearly 1 million people are now in need of food aid, and we will have to help the families of those where people have died. And I want to pledge on behalf of the British government that we will work with the whole international community to make sure that the food aid and the other support that is necessary is available to the people of Burma.
He then turned to governments and businesses working together to fight poverty.
I think we're all agreed that the worst of injustices demands the most strenuous of our efforts, and that the greatest of wrongs requires nothing less than the united endeavour of the whole global community, businesses, governments, faith groups, non-governmental organisations working together as one. And that is the reason for this historic meeting today. Businesses and governments, and I thank you all, to join the call for action and for us to dedicate ourselves to work together to eliminate in our time and in this generation the worst of deprivation and poverty.
The aims were to create new business and new growth for all.
And there's no need to this audience to emphasise the role of global business in driving economic growth. And it is growth and prosperity in the poorest countries, not aid, that is our objective. While aid is an essential means, the purpose of aid is to no longer require it. And this is the new approach. And my argument today is not only do you as businesses have the technology, the skills, the expertise, that if fully mobilised for global purpose will generate wealth and jobs throughout the developing world, it is also in your best interests as businesses to bring the poorest countries into the global economy and to create a globalisation that is inclusive for all. So I'm not just talking about a moral imperative, but about a strategic and economic one. Ours is already a world where the actions of the poorest citizens in the poorest countries can affect the richest in the richest countries, and where whole countries and even a whole continent left behind are a source of instability right round the globe. So that's why today's event is so important.
Gordon Brown says European Union leaders will be meeting in Brussels next month to further address these issues.